For the next step, we are going to add some various hole features to our bracket. And so I'm going to start with a 2D sketch right on this little flat top surface of our bracket. So I'm just going to single click there. And then I'm going to hit project geometry. And I'm going to go ahead and project both sides of the lower portion of our bracket. So we should have two small yellow rectangles. So just single click in each of those, then hit the escape key. To mark where our hole locations are going to be, we're going to use the point tool. So I'm just going to click and put one point here, single click, one point there, and then hit the escape key, and then add some dimensions. First dimension is going to be from left to right, so I'm going to single click on the left edge of my bracket, single click right on that point, drag that dimension up, and that's going to be 16. Repeat that dimension on the other side, so I'm going to go to the right edge, single click, go to my center point, click, pull that one up. It's already 16, so that one's good to go. Next thing I'm going to do is from top to bottom here, center this thing. So I'm going to click on the top edge, click on the point, drag that out, and that's going to be 23. Same thing on this side, click on the top edge, click on the point, drag that out, 23. And now we're going to hit Finish Sketch. And next we're going to use the Hole Feature button. So I'm going to click that and drag this box out of the way a little bit. And so now you can see it's giving me a preview of each of these holes. Right now they are quite small. So we're going to change this. If you look along this list here, there are different types. There's a counter bore, spot face, countersink. We're going to choose a counter bore hole, and you can kind of see at the preview that that's going to show us there. So we have two different numbers here. The top number is going to be the larger number. That's going to be the opening size. And for this, that's going to be 18. The next number is going to be the depth of our counter bore, the depth of our opening. So I'm going to change that from 2 to 10. Change that bottom number to 10. And then the final number down here at the bottom is the diameter of our actual hole. I'm going to change that from 3 millimeters to 13 millimeters. That will update our preview. Termination through all, we want to leave that there. It's going to go all the way through the object. Click OK, and then we have our two counter borer holes. So you can kind of see what those look like down in there. Okay, so the purpose of a counter borer hole on something like this would be if you had a large bolt that was going to go into an object, a counter borer hole would let the bolt pass through that and then let the head of the bolt, the thicker, larger part, to sink down into this bracket so that it could be flush with the top surface, so it wouldn't be sticking out above it. So that's how that would work in reality. All right, so we're going to add a couple more holes. So I'm going to choose the Start 2D Sketch button. Click on the front, on the inside portion of this partial notch. And I'm going to choose Project Geometry. Click inside of there again. Hit the Escape key. And again, we're going to have two holes in here as well. So I'm going to choose the Point tool. I'm going to click once here and another time just down below. Just avoid that origin. We do not want to click on the origin or that sent dot there. We want to avoid that. Hit the Escape key. And now we're going to add some dimensions. So first, I'm going to center them from left to right. So I'm going to go to the left edge, click, go to the center point, click, and drag that up. Third click, and that's going to be 23. Same thing on the bottom. Click, click. That one also is going to be 23. And then to our top point, the distance that we want it to be from the top of our bracket is going to be 15, so I'm going to click on the top edge, then click right on that point. I'm going to drag that one all the way out to the side, click it in place, change it to 15. The bottom point, so I'm going to click on the top edge, click on the bottom point, drag that one out also. That one's going to be 42. And then hit Finish Sketch. And I'm going to use the hole feature again. And this time, instead of a counter bore hole, we're going to choose this bottom option, which is called a countersink. Similar idea, it does let the head of a screw or something like that get hidden or sunk down into the object. It just is tapered rather than being squared off like a counter bore hole. Okay, so on this one, our top number or our opening dimension is going to be 20. We're going to leave our countersink angle at 90 degrees just as it is, and then we are going to change the diameter of the hole to 13. Termination, we're going to leave it through all. Click OK, and now we have our bracket with all of its holes in it. And that concludes this step, so we can go ahead and hit the Save button or File Save.